going on, cats and kittens? Welcome to Shits and Giggles podcast with your host, Paul Dobbs. This episode, I sit down with Willy Lane. We sit, we talk, we get real. The start of this podcast is real anal, if you know what I mean. And then we go off into Willy's acid story, the first time he dropped acid and how he felt about that and what he went through. And then I go into my own acid dropping stories, which are really fun. Highly recommend that to anyone. And then also tell them about all the reasons to watch Game of Thrones, all the reasons to read Preacher, all the reasons to read WE3, and Swamp Thing. I also had Swamp Thing during this episode. So you get a review of two of my favorite books. I haven't finished Preacher, but I'm kind of halfway through, I think. But yeah, just sit back, relax, roll up a joint, chill out, build a fucking little cabin fort in your living room, and just cuddle up next to your phone, get off Facebook, get off Instagram for a while, come hang out with your friends at the Shits and Giggles podcast where we're talking in all directions.
Oh, dude, I feel like I'm smoking a lollipop stick. Remember the Tootsie Rolls?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Gotta learn to smoke the Buddha.
I like this intro. We've already started. I've already hit the play button.
I don't know. Wait, back to the accidentally in the ass shit. When we
Meanwhile, Willy put it in the ass.
Because I'm not even gonna lie. Her ass, you know what I'm saying? She was just like, ow, you know what I'm saying? When you think, like we listened to that comedian earlier, you know what I'm saying? He was like, when you're younger, you know what I'm saying? You think the fucking pain is the pleasure, but it was her ass, you know what I'm saying? It was her fucking ass, dog. You know what I'm saying? I took it out. She didn't want it no more. You know what I'm saying?
She didn't say no, she said ouch.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
There is room for interpretation.
It is, you know what I'm saying? So, but me, I kind of you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? She told me, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She grabbed my shit, put it where it needed to be. You know what I'm saying? That was my first time hitting the chick from the back. Yeah.
What's up?
You know what I'm saying?
Damn, now that is an intro.
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying?
But everyone already knows this is the Shits and Giggles podcast. I'm Paul Dobbs with my boy
Willy Lane.
And my other homeboy,
Alternate Paul.
Which is my older brother, by the way. You know what I'm saying? He might be a Mexican. I'm half black and Mexican. Daddy was a hoe.
Yeah, like if
well, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Mama just on hard times. You know what I'm saying?
Like if there was a crayon set, all three of us could be standing, be sitting right next to each other. Yeah, that's true.
Like a motherfucker.
That's right? True. Yeah, just goes right around.
But dog.
Any news that y'all heard?
About my first acid trip.
Oh yeah, let's get to that.
Let's get to this. Well. My first acid trip, dog.
Where were you?
I was at my partner's house.
Did you feel safe with these people?
I feel safe with these. I grew up with these people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I feel pretty safe. You know what I'm saying? I was cause they tried to get me to do it a few weeks back. Never done acid before. Never done any other drug before on both sides weed. I've done coke before when I was 13. That was because of him. Smoked my first joint with him. Did my first bar with my brother. You know what I'm saying? With him. You know, so, you know what I'm saying? But all that shit when I was young, but I've never, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, man, Alternate Paul, you're a fucking gateway, bro.
Yeah.
You're just like the fucking San Francisco Bridge.
Yeah,
just
my first joint was
minus all the gayness.
Yeah.
My first joint was 11 years old.
Damn, you beat me by a year, bro.
Yeah, my 6th grade year, man, I was 11.
Okay, acid.
Oh, acid, you know what I'm saying?
At your homeboy's house.
Oh yeah, I was just he tried to get me to do it a few weeks before that, you know what I'm saying? But I was all like.
How did they describe it to you?
They was like, you just get to tripping and shit. Me personally, I thought acid, you gonna see paint dripping off the walls and shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I didn't get that, you know what I'm saying? Everything was more of a feel, you know what I'm saying?
Like euphoric.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
A body high.
hell yeah. Like, but anyway, you know what I'm saying? He was like, put it under your tongue. I like, because at first I was like, do I fucking swallow it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just
It
put it under your tongue.
yeah, it was
How
just
many
a piece
hits?
of paper. It was just one. You know
Just
what I'm
one,
saying?
okay.
Just one. You know what I'm saying? So I put it under my fucking tongue. You know what I'm saying? It's like a little piece of paper. I guess that's what acid sits on.
Yeah.
And like, he was like, don't hold it in your hand, dumbass. You know what I'm saying? It's going to dissolve into your skin. You know what I'm saying? It's already dissolving, so you might as well just, you know.
And
You know what I'm saying?
put it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I put it under my tongue, man, and like I didn't feel shit, so I was like, man, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I drunk a beer, you know what I'm saying, rolled me up a fucking blunt, you know what I'm saying, hit that hoe, you know what I'm saying, I'm smoking my blunt, you know what I'm saying, and like all of a sudden I just put my blunt on. You know what I'm saying? Like I just put my blunt on, you know what I'm saying? I sit back, you know what I'm saying? So like and everything just felt like it turned into hair. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, like I just started rubbing on everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like man, like everything feels so goddamn good. So I started rubbing my face against like the pillow and shit. Like
Okay.
I just kept rubbing, you know, that's all like really, you know what I'm saying? I just kept rubbing on everything. Like everything felt like it was made out of hair, fool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really experience nothing visual, you know what I'm saying, besides like everything got bright, you know what I'm saying? Like I just felt like I was just very, very high, fool.
No colors?
No colors, nothing. Like I just felt like I just smoked some of the best bud ever. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like the best bud ever times 20. You know what I'm saying?
It was
Like
probably the acid and the bud you already smoked.
man, I was fucking feeling good. Like I never felt that good like ever. You know what I'm saying?
You should
Like
fuck on acid. It's pretty awesome.
I don't know if I'd do that shit again. I mean I would, you know what I'm saying? But like I wouldn't
I
just
like shit where I get colors and I see shit. Like that's my goal. I'm just like I think not
have
the
you ever
last
did that? Like
last
seen color?
time I think I've only had like 2 bad trips. But like the first one was like a fucking like Star Wars adventure.
Yeah.
Like oh okay, so like one of my like okay. No, like one of my like straight up like memorable hallucinations. I was at crypto and I was with my boy Matt and Alejandro and like I took the acid and I was like, guys, don't leave me because like everyone looked like they had like these black veils on them and like you could see the person under the veil, but like you couldn't see if it was like a dude or a chick until you like got close to the person.
Yeah.
And so like the closer people got to me, the veil would fade and you would see who they were. And it's just like I look away for a second and then I look back and then Matt's like, I'm rolling. And then I turned my head and then Alejandro's like, I'm fucking drunk. And then like all this fear just washed away and I was like, yeah. And like we just had a great time. One of my bad acid trips. But like I candy flip too. Like candy flip is great when you take ecstasy and good acid. And like that's when like colors and like everything is like great and you're just like you feel like amped from the ecstasy and you feel good from the ecstasy, but you're also seeing shit mixed with colors and you're like, yeah, like you feel like a unicorn that's shitting rainbows and a cat's riding eats like victory. Like so like a Chinese buffet and you're like, I like Chinese buffet. So like we went to crypto. I got my shit like real quick, popped it, and then like 30 minutes later they're like, oh fuck this, let's leave. And I was like, what? This is whack. I'm talking to people, pretty ladies and shit like that, and then fucking like we leave, and then like we go and chill in the parking lot, and then everything kicks in. I'm like, whoa, like you see like sand melting, and I'm looking up in the sky, and I see the kaleidoscope. Another common hallucination when I trip on acid, like I recommend doing it during the day and going outside looking at the sky and clouds. And then, like, you see the clouds, you see the big blue bright sky, and then you see, like, a kaleidoscope effect behind that, and you're just like, that's fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
Like, so that's awesome. And then, but back to the badass trip, they were like, alright, fuck, let's just leave. And they were like, alright, man, come to our house. And then, like, we showed at their house and smoked, like, 2 bowls of weed. And I was like, alright, cool. And they kept watching King of the Hill, and I fucking hate King of the Hill. I fucking hate King of the Hill. Oh, I hate that. Oh god, I hate that. I hate that fucking show. But I've seen almost every episode because it's been in syndication for like fucking ever.
Do you think Bobby's a fucking homosexual?
I don't know. I think he's just a weird kid.
Yeah,
I hope he grows up to like.
Hey.
He looks like he's just gonna start doing meth and like, after he leaves the
Running around with
house.
Lucky.
No, Luann looks like she gonna do a lot of
Well,
meth.
she can't do much now. She's dead.
Wayne dead.
Lil Wayne's dead?
Brittany Murphy is.
Oh,
yeah.
dude.
Too soon?
That's fucked up. Like,
Too soon? Nah.
What'd she ever do to you, bro?
That's the thing.
She never did
Besides
that.
have sex with Eminem and 8 Mile.
That's what I'm saying.
You
You ever seen Spun where she did play Meth Head?
Mm-mm.
That movie's good.
There's one movie where she died in the bathtub, then she got found in the bathtub. That's how she died in real life.
Oh, damn, that's fucking.
The last movie she did, she died in the bathtub.
Okay, well, back to my point. I fucking hate King of the Hill, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they were like, alright, we're done watching this, let's go to sleep. And they were like, you want me to sit in a dark room while I'm tripping on acid and rolling on ecstasy? Fuck this, I'm walking home. And it was like cold as fuck, and all I had was shorts and a t-shirt on. And I had my bong. And they were like, and they didn't want to drop me off. I was like, y'all some fuck asses. And so like, I just fucking like went home. You ever seen that movie, with fucking Bradley Cooper and Robert De Niro, fucking where he gets really high? Oh, damn. Fucking, what's that movie
That
called?
shit.
Oh, fucking Infinity something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, where he gets really smart and there's like the zoom effect. Oh, fuck, what's the name of that movie? That shit's fucking me up right now. But basically, I just ran down, not Wallaceville, Uvalde.
Yeah.
Onto Wood Forest, and then like right when I got to this subway right here in front of Kroger's,
Yeah.
like there's these cops just like chilling there, and I was like, "Fuck, this is where my journey ends." I was like, "They gonna pick me up. I'm gonna be tripping balls. I'm on ecstasy, and I got a fucking paraphernalia like big ass water pipe wrapped in a t-shirt." And so like I was like, "Fuck it, this is it." And then I just like walked across the parking lot, like just all casual like. And like they didn't pull me over, nothing. I just crossed the street again. And then I got to that long ass bridge before you get to Maxie. Before you get to those bungalow apartments.
Yeah.
I see this guy walking, and like I swear he appeared in front of me like just a minute before I saw it. Like you can tell because I was like tripping out on the tree line when you're walking on that bridge.
Yeah.
I was tripping on that, and the dude he had like one of those big fluffy black coats that's like I forgot what that shit's made out of. And then like I was walking and I'm a tall dude and like since I'm cold I'm like kind of jigging and I'm rolling.
Yeah.
And so like he just comes out of nowhere and I'm like what the fuck? And he's like good night for walking, huh? And I'm like I guess so. and like he just turns his head and he starts walking like really quick and I'm just like oh shit I just scared the shit. I was like is that guy real? Like I'm not. If you're real, I'm sorry. But if you're not, oh, it's okay.
You feel like it was a dick move?
I was like, I was a real dick if that dude was real. So I'm not too sure if he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it was. Other other times when I tripped, I took 2 hits and they were just like sitting on my dresser drawer, like with sun hitting them. Like I didn't take care of them, I didn't keep them in the cold, I just left them there. And so like 2 weeks later, I took it and I was on my off day. And like I got a call from the store and she was like, we forgot to pay rent. And I'm just like, I'm not the manager, you should figure this out. And she was like, I just got home and took like 2 bars or some shit. Like she was knocked out on pills. And so I'm just like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I just took 2 hits of Lucy. I ain't going anywhere anytime soon. And she was like, okay, I guess. And then like right when I hung up, I grabbed my lamp, and like it was just like a Matrix move, it's like you, and like the ass was just like you're not going anywhere. And I was like, holy shit. And then I just thought I was like, am I gonna have a bad trip? And like the ass was like, no, man. And like I was just stuck there for a moment. I was like, wow, okay. And I just went to my TV room. And I just sat there and like I just went to the digital world. Like I looked at my Walking Dead poster and went on Mario Digital like building blocks.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I know what I should do. I got my phone, got Pandora, put on the Pink Floyd album, got some headphones, and like I sat on my couch and the sun was hitting my face and like I just had like an experience. Like Pink Floyd and like Jimi Hendrix were like.
What Pink Floyd song hit you the most? Like,
I like Great Gig in the Sky came on. I was like, yeah, like that was awesome.
What's that one song by the fucking Pink Floyd that We don't need no. Ain't that them?
That's Against the Wall.
That's Against the Wall. Yeah.
That's a fucking lie, man. Like I'm not too big on the Florida Pink, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like I'm not too big on that song. That's like the one song.
What's up?
Miles Davis. So what?
Oh hell yeah, Miles Davis. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put on some like old school. I put on early jazz
Yeah.
when I just want to chill and draw sometimes.
Do you feel like I think like back then I feel like music was more of like I don't know, you could feel like you could feel them making that music.
It was less electronic.
Yeah, like it just felt like more personal. You know what I'm saying?
Performing, yeah.
Like when you get like, cause when I get blown to music now, like the only thing I think about is just like, man, like I don't know, I don't think about the same shit I think about when I'm listening to like fucking like, say like some old school shit, like some real old school shit, like me. You know what I'm saying? You might look at me like, man, this nigga don't know nothing about no rock music or nothing like that. But you know, I like fucking Leonard Skinner and fucking Aerosmith and I like all them cats. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big country fan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, hell yeah.
From Houston, Texas, man.
Houston,
We got the
Texas.
motherfucking
H-time,
rodeo, man.
Motherfucking rodeo, livestock, nigga, H-time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Don't fuck with Texas.
it don't
man.
fuck with it. Tell you right as soon as you enter this motherfucker. It don't just say welcome. It say don't mess with this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like once you get to all that, like really country, the top part of Texas. Once you get through all that, you come down to like Houston and shit. Like you'll hit Austin. You're like, wow, this place is kind of like it's kind of Disney World down here. It's kind of weird movie Dreamland. And then you hit like H-Town, Texas, and you're just like, nah, nigga, like hold the fuck up.
You better slow that shit down quick. Yeah, for real.
That's crazy. Like you hear like songs about Houston and shit like that. You're just like, I'm happy. Like we live in a great town. We do live in one of the biggest counties of like the highest crime rate and shit like that.
We have so much pride in that's the thing. Like I feel like if it wasn't so much crime rate like right now, like I feel like like H-Time be the spot just to, you know what I'm saying? Really like I wouldn't say like live it up, but like retire out here and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like. Because, of course, you know, somebody being from H-Time, we love it out here, but we know it's a lot more to see. You know what I'm saying? But I plan on, like, when I get ready to, like, start a family and shit, I plan on moving back out here. You know what I'm saying? Or the hill or Colorado. Them my only two options.
Alright.
Yeah. I feel
smoking weed on the streets, just walk in there, man.
Post it up.
I hope in 20 years, like, just, you know, just...
The only reason I don't feel Texas will pass weed legally because we too close to the Mexican border.
Got too much oil. We don't need shit. We Texas, man. We give a fuck. We can depart from the U.S. anytime we fucking want.
Well,
why? Because we're fucking Texas.
See, that shit, like, if something, shit just get real, I think Texas a whole day on like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, depart from them hoes and just be like, shit, what's up? What y'all want to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, we'll put it down out here. We carry guns every day.
That's how I feel when, like when aliens attack and shit like that and it's straight up annihilation. Just in that scenario, I'm just like, people would band together and just be like, fuck no. Like, survival would be like, over like even like military would be like, nah, fuck, they here to kill us. We gonna kill the fuck out of them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna kill the fuck out of you.
Hell yeah, just having people in the hood and shit like that. You come take our shit, just
bring it home, motherfucker.
I know. Being abducted and just like killing aliens and shit like that.
In the beam.
I feel like two states that are badass, like, are like fucking Texas and like fucking like I say like probably California. I think those are two badass states. I mean, besides the laws being very harsh, you know what I'm saying? I feel like those are bad. No, New York. I feel like New York. I feel like if some shit like that, alien invasion happened down, I feel like some motherfuckers in New York get down quick. Like, them motherfuckers like. They already in a pissy mood all the time, you know what I'm saying? Like
all the time.
Hey, you wanna overcrowd that shit with aliens?
I think high places with high crime rate would be like definitely like this is our shit.
Detroit, like,
hell yeah.
Hey, Louisiana, nigga, they fuck around cook them motherfuckers. Like,
They be like, say, boy.
Say, son, I do you do that there, you know what I'm saying? Oh no, you come no salt here.
If I don't say that shit.
Like,
Coming out the swamp and shit.
Yeah, oh no. You know, oh, you know, boy. Oh, boy, you don't know. It's gonna cook you good.
Talking like Travis.
Hey, he's gonna cook you good, boy.
Like
Oh,
roasting fucking aliens and shit.
I told him, boy, I told him, get him, we wrestle, get him. The boy, I told him not to come.
I get gators every day, man. It ain't no shit.
Nigga, I just wrestled the bed last week, motherfucker. I told you. I didn't even kill it. I told that motherfucker go about his business. Go about his Oh shit. Told that nigga he could do nothing. He could do nothing. I told him go. I told his ass to go. He left.
I love that guy. That dude seems like he ain't taking shit from nobody. Like he don't want to hurt anybody, but he ain't taking shit from
nobody, dog. One of the most peaceful men you and me, bro. Probably the most.
He got like a whole bear coat and shit.
Yeah. See, this the last motherfucker. He didn't make it though. He didn't make it. I told him walk off. He no walk off.
His wife got like a snake's like dress and shit like that.
See, I found that dead in the bathroom. I see, my wife told me, Flesh, I said, no, baby, I go buy your motherfucking sash. Make you a fucking snake sash.
That is crazy. I love that guy.
You're fucking trash.
But not just aliens, but I think in the like Walking Dead universe, you know, season 1 where they got all the gangster people like holding up for the old folks.
Yeah.
Like I think that's how it be in the hood. Like they're just like what? Zombies, like once people like got the idea of that shit and that was happening, fuck yes, a lot of people would die, especially running zombies, like a virus where you just go crazy, like rabies, but you want to eat motherfuckers, and then like, or like a rage virus or some shit like, basically like rabies, but you just want to eat a motherfucker. They say like if you mix rabies with cow disease, you have zombie fucking, you just go crazy. It's like a crazy thing or whatever. But yeah, I was just like, I could just totally see the hood or like a family, like you know, like a hardcore family, just like 9 folks in one home, like just holding down their shit.
Or like motherfuckers that hunting shit, like them badass roughnecks, like
having zombies being drugged by the back of their trucks and shit like that. Like,
Bobby, get up there. Sue, you get up there. Don't tear these motherfuckers down.
Playing Garth Brooks at the bars and shit.
See, I feel like some shit like this, like I feel like I would be like, personally, I feel like I would survive. Because I do a lot of shit outdoors, you know what I'm saying? I can build a lot of shit. I can weld, I can do carpentry, I can do all that shit, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'd be pretty good as far as living conditions and surviving.
But you gotta think, there's like no internet, no fucking heating, no fucking cooling.
We grew up without that shit.
No water. That's true, we did grow up without internet.
You know what I'm saying? We grew up without
nigga, we grew up with no heat, no
heat, no fucking water.
Sometimes you couldn't hit that fucking electricity bills. I know what you feel.
You feel me?
A lot of people in ponchos feel that too.
I feel like them rich motherfuckers that's like fucking spoiled. I feel like they had the money to do shit, but what money can do? What good is money if you got a bunch of crazy motherfuckers trying to eat your face?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like nigga, you better.
You need the idea of like I need to survive and defend my family with like crowbars and shit like that.
See, me personally, I plan on teaching my kids like the outdoors, you know, how to make their own shit, like how to cook. Like I plan on doing all that shit early, you know what I'm saying? So they won't have to do like when they get like fucking like I don't even plan them like having them plan on staying in the same house as me, like you know what I'm saying? I mean I'm they're gonna be on the same property,
like
but like
a cabin?
Yeah, like a garage apartment or something. Like I plan on letting them, you know what I'm saying? Like, you
do their own shit. Cook their own food.
Cook your own food, buy your own groceries, pay your own fucking lights and all that shit.
When they're 3 years old, release them out in the wild if they survive.
No, not like that. But like once they get like 16, the legal age to work in Texas, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, okay.
I wish someone told me that.
Yeah.
Go out and get your own money.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to keep coming to ask me, you know what I'm saying? Like shit, because that's how it was for me. Like I started working when I was like 10, fool. I started laying tile, like helping my old man lay tile, like. But I was just like carrying tool buckets.
Allowance money and shit like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, but like once I got like 12, 13, you know what I'm saying? I was playing sports and shit, got a little size. You know what I'm saying? That's when I was like getting down there laying the tile and shit, doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I learned early how to make money. You know what I'm saying? Like how to save, how to buy my own shit. So basically I've been doing everything for myself since I was down to 10. You know what I'm saying? Buying my own clothes, buying all my own shit, you know what I'm saying, saving my own money, all that shit. Of course I had a roof over my head, you know, they was feeding me every night, but I can go and be like, well, I want these shoes for school or da 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 da
Yeah,
da.
you're not a hole in your parents' pocket and shit
Hell
like
nah.
that.
So I plan on doing my kids the same way, but the thing with my old man was like sort of an asshole. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say sort he was an asshole. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, you know, they got that tough love, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like I feel like his tough love went with without understanding. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't help me understand why it was tough love, you know what I'm saying? Like sit me down and be like he was
Just being harsh and but not being like logical of why he's doing it.
Hell
Yeah.
Like, you know, give me understanding. Just don't have me like just treat me like shit, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Like just like, cause then I'm just be like, damn, you treat me like shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like, you know, it was like my old man wasn't the type of cat where like he'd sit you down, be like hug you, be like, it's alright, you know what I'm saying? Be like, you know, woo woo. Catch a motherfucker, be like, you know, I'm crying, be like, stop crying, all that sensitive shit. You know what I'm saying? As human, sometimes you need to let that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, but my old man wasn't that type of cat. You know what
We're
I'm saying?
young, bro. We're filled with emotions, man.
Young motherfucker, you want me to go outside and put a 50-pound bag of cement on my back? You know what I'm saying? Like, but I mean, as far as that shit, like work ethics, I learned that. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't think I ever understood like affection. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that's what I have a problem with to this day. Affection, like, you know what I'm saying? Knowing what, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you just really love somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that.
But that's what makes you who you are. Like that's what makes all of us who we are. Like what's it called? Like my parents divorced when I was like 5, and like that's when you actually start developing memories.
Yeah.
So like I've never known my parents to be together, even though they were together for like the first 5 years of my life.
Yeah.
It was weird. Now that like they've been divorced for like a long fucking time, over I want to say like 15 years.
Yeah.
My parents like, what's up, bro? It's going down. Like I was fucked up. Like my fucking sister, like she barely saw my parents kiss for like the first time, and like, how old is she? 27.
Did the trip out?
Yeah, she was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Damn. That's
That
crazy.
shit was crazy. Yeah, and then I realized I was like, I never seen that either.
Damn. Like my parents never been married, ever. Like.
Like I think those traditional ways of like getting married
Yeah.
is like that shit's disappearing. Like, cause now that you look at like families, like they're sticking together now. Like kids are having kids at a young age,
Yeah.
and so now like parent and like the way the job opportunity is, like there's not enough jobs for everyone to like grow in business and just stick with that business. And if you stick with that business, you're gonna grow and become something.
Yeah.
Like people that like work the same job, like my grandpa, like that's how it was. He was just always working until he died, or like until he had a stroke, and then we take care of him.
Yeah.
But it was just like things are changing. Like things are changing.
Times, I mean, like it's just man, and it's crazy you say that for because like I question myself, do I ever want to have kids, especially in a day and age like this?
And thinking that my parents got divorced at a young age, like I don't want to have kids.
Yeah.
And then I see like my sister have kids at a young age, and like she was a shitty sister. She was a shitty sister. Like she was an alright sister. She was mean. Like she was just kind of abusive sometimes, just angry, you know. But I feel her. Like you know, I went through some shit. But like she was a great mom though.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, fuck man, you're like way nicer now than what you were. She's great. But it's just how things are. Like times have changed, bro. Look, this guy right here, man. I can see you. You'd have like a fuckload of kids, man.
Yeah, don't even look like you gonna have a bunch. Like after he have his first one, it's a wrap. Yeah. Like you know what I'm saying. After he have first one, he gonna have like about 3 more of them.
I'm gonna put these on. I step into that shit.
You.
But like, yeah, man, like you know what I'm saying. Like all my siblings, like it's 6 of us. You know what I'm saying. And like I feel like our family is so fucking dysfunctional, dog, and so many like I'm
everyone's family is dysfunctional.
Yeah, it's like it's just like fucking weird. Cause all right, think about it. All right, 6 of us. You know what I'm saying. Me.
3 plus 3 equals 6, bro. That's a lot.
Yeah, but like me.
That's 4 away from 10.
Me, my little brother, and my sister, we had the same mom and dad. My oldest brother, Paul was just Shadow, Paul, you know what I'm saying?
Shadow Man.
We had the same mom, but the different dads. With my other two brothers, we had the same dads, but different moms. You know what I'm saying? So, like, sometimes I feel like, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? 3 of my brothers wasn't raised with both of their parents. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, only 3 of us were raised with both of our parents. You know what I'm
Feel
saying?
lucky about that?
I don't. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like I wasn't raised. I would wish I wasn't raised with my old man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just some personal
So
shit.
you would envy the other.
Like in a way I would, cause I feel like they had like more of like they got more grounds than me. Like as far as like you know what I'm saying? It was just so much confusion as far as with my mom, and my old man. Like just so much bullshit going on that you know what I'm saying. I feel like the ones that just had like their moms. You know what I'm saying? I feel like. You know, like they had them. You know what I'm saying? Cause like me and my mama didn't have a relationship as a child either, so I didn't have a relationship with neither one of my family, my mama, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that, you know what I'm
But it
saying?
looks like you got a nice relationship with this fella, like right here.
Who, my brother?
Yeah.
Do I feel like I have a nice relationship?
Yeah.
I mean, it took some work. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga, it wasn't just overnight. You know what I'm saying? It took some work, fool. Like it's still taking work. You know what I'm saying? With all my siblings. You know what I'm saying?
And so, like, how old are you? How old are you, Paul?
26.
How old are you?
22.
22?
Yeah.
So, like, you've known this dude since he was, like...
Baby.
Yeah.
Since he was, like, tiny?
Since
and,
I was
like,
born.
when you were a kid?
Like him and my old man and my mom were together. My mom already had him, so he was already, you know what I'm saying, in my dad's life, you know what I'm saying, when I was born, you know what I'm saying, when I was being made or whatever. Because my sister was born, well, my brother, my other 2 brothers, my sister were born before me, you know what I'm saying, so I'm the second to the last, you know what I'm saying, but like, I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, like.
So, who has the rightful claim to the kingdom?
What you mean?
So, like, who is the heir? Who is, like, the first child?
Shit, the heir. Well, he the first child.
Okay.
I mean, we consider all each other brothers and sisters. You know
So,
what I'm
but
saying?
if this guy died, who would take the throne after? Who's the next oldest?
My brother Dre.
Okay, and then you're at damn, dude.
Nah, then it's Antoine. Then it's my sister Rhea. Then it's me. Then it's Jake. Yeah, like.
Cause I always like after watching Game of Thrones, I always start looking at people's families as houses.
Yeah.
So like you have the main dude that's like the king of the house, and then like usually the mom is like from another house joining houses, and so fucking like their offspring, or like their girls go off to marry other lords, and their sons. That's the line of succession. If like one dies, they take over the house or the kingdom.
Yeah.
So I'm just start looking at everyone else's family.
I ain't gonna lie. The only reason why I watch Game of Thrones for the fucking sex parts. Like.
It's good, bro. There's dragons.
I mean,
There's
you know,
fucking
dragons,
giants,
bro.
bro. There's fucking giants. You know what fucking giants ride? They ride fucking mammoths.
yeah.
I was like, yeah, last night's episode fucked me up.
What the giants look like? They just like regular people.
They look like really big fucking hippies. Like, it's like, cause I was like, alright, they're giants. Like, what makes them special? Because, like, in Game of Thrones, like, there is magic, but it's very, like, monotone. Like, you're discovering what this world has to offer, and you find out there are giants. And then, like, last night's episode, you find out that they ride mammoths, and you're like, that makes so much sense. And so, like, they're fighting this wall. They're trying to get up this wall, and so, like, this regular person shoots an arrow, and it doesn't make it. It doesn't go all the way up. And so a fucking giant shoots an arrow, and it's like shooting a spear out of fucking arrow, and like it hits people, and they fly, and fucking blows shit up. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And they can break through gates, and you're just like, that's crazy. Fucking, that shit blew my fucking mind. And like last night's episode was like a complete like brawling of people like getting their heads cut off and just like being stabbed. It was like wildlings versus the Night's Watch, and people were just fucking dying, bro.
You know the giants die?
Yeah.
Right.
Both of them did. Yeah, one got caught on fire. So did the mammoth, and like it took 6 guys to kill the other giant.
How
And
many
also,
giants were there?
There's only 2.
Yeah.
But like they're like that was just like a test army to like test their defenses, and like yeah, like there's like tens of thousands of other wildlings ready to attack that wall.
Like that shit crazy. Like you know, I don't know. I don't know. I just like the sex parts. Like, it's a lot of sex.
It's all about everyone trying to become the king, because you got the Lannisters who now control the kingdom, and like there's 7 kingdoms with all of Westeros, and there's like 7 different lords, and as long as you're cool with the Lannisters, like now, like you rule the North, because like the Lannisters say you can rule the North and shit like that.
I still haven't seen any black sex scenes in the fucking Game of Thrones.
Oh, there's this scene where like she's the translator to this girl, Khaleesi Daenerys. She's the oldest. She's the mother of dragons. She has 3 dragons, and if you have dragons, you can rule, because those dragons get fucking big. They like a fully grown dragon's skull would fill this room, and like that's how big they get. And you see those dragons grow, and they've gotten pretty fucking big now. Like she actually controls like a small kingdom of her own now. And like she has her translator, and like the head of her army, Grey Worm, like he saw like she was bathing in the river, and you're like, damn.
She bad?
Oh god.
Nice, right?
That nice fucking everything. She has like the curly hair, like damn, she pretty. And like Grey
You say
Worm.
like a B cup, C cup?
Yeah, I'll go around C. Nice you get. And like Grey Worm was just like chilling in the water, and like all his soldiers were like bathing too, and he saw her naked, and then like she saw him, and like they acknowledged, and like she covered up her titties, and like he was like, oh shit, I should swim away. And like they had a discussion about like the unsullied the soldiers, like they get cut when they're kids, so they don't know if they got balls, or like did they cut off their dick and their balls. So they don't know. Can he get hard by looking at her and shit like that? And then later they have a conversation. He's like, I'm glad I saw you, and she's like, I'm glad too. Except you don't know if he got the dick or balls to use it for. Like, what the fuck?
Well, they don't look down there?
Yeah, you don't know. Like, she didn't just straight up, like, do you got dick and balls? Like, she didn't just, like, straight up come at him like that. But there's, like, prostitutes in there. And there's, like, other, like, if you're an advisor to the king, like you rule people, like, you have spies, and it's, like, it's, like, political, but with, like, knights and midgets and
What
whores.
season they in Game of Thrones?
Season 4.
Damn, so I missed a lot.
Oh, yeah. Because, like, they kill off the main character in season 1. You follow Robb Stark, and the king's just like, I want you to become my right hand. And then the king dies. Like, a boar kills him when he goes hunting. And so, like, Joffrey is about to become the king, which is Robert's bastard son. So he really doesn't have an heir to the king, because he's not really a son to Robert. Because his queen is fucking her brother, and they had a kid together, and they just drove it off that it's Robert's kid. So Joffrey becomes king, and he's just like, nah, this isn't right. He has no right to the throne, so they cut that nigga's head off. And like
Joffrey?
Robb, the main character.
Yeah.
And so now the Lannisters control the kingdom, and like they hold the Stark children, Robb's kids, hostage, because now they're at war, and then the North goes to war with the Lannisters, which are in the South, and that's what season 2 is about. But at the end of that, you're like, what the fuck, man? Like, and then there's like the White Walkers, which are like zombies. Like say you die and we don't burn your body, like you rise and you got blue eyes and you're kind of like this zombie, except you're like this ancient zombie that's been asleep for like decades, and like they're coming back, and like later on in the seasons you understand why they're taking children, and you're just like, why are people sacrificing their children to these zombies? And then like you finally see, and they're turning the babies into like zombies. You're like, what the fuck? And so
Zombie babies.
and like the intro credit scene, like it shows you all the kingdoms of where everything is. So like you're seeing several different stories take place at the same time.
I gotta get that shit.
What?
I gotta see that fucking translator woman.
She pretty. She pretty. She don't show up till season 4. And like people die, like people that you love, like people that you didn't think were gonna die.
Get knocked off.
Yeah, like
that's how I feel about The Walking Dead. I just watched the first 3 seasons.
Damn, barely.
Barely. I just watched it. I watched it in like 2 days.
How'd you feel about it? Like season 1's
How'd you feel about Herschel dying?
Which one is Herschel?
The old man.
The old man.
Oh, you were talking with the missing leg?
Yeah.
I don't think I've gotten to that part yet.
Oh, fuck, my bad.
Like, I didn't know he was gonna die. I think the last part I've gotten to is they took over that little town with the governor.
Yeah.
I think they did that shit already.
You seen when they got into it with the Mexicans? And he goes, I'm gonna feed you my dogs from hell.
No, I don't think I've seen that part.
Yeah, it's in season 2. That's season 1.
Yeah, I think it's season 1.
That's like the 6th episode, 5th episode into it.
Rick's in the city.
I seen. Let me see. I'm trying to remember. Cause I remember seeing that bald dude drive that van around and get the old people and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you were saying, shooting up the fucking neighborhood and whatever the fuck they was doing.
Man.
I forgot.
I seen some more shit. I don't know, fool, but yeah, that shit was pretty cool.
I would recommend the book. The book is really good.
It's really fucked up too.
Yeah, it is. Like
I haven't read a book since Maniac McGee. You remember that book?
Oh, right.
Maniac McGee about the homeless white boy.
Yeah.
He used to run around and like he just used to just get into shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm gonna go find that book. I love that book.
Yeah, that's a good man. You ought to read it. Dog.
It's a good fucking book, man. He sleeps with a bull.
Yeah.
I was if the book is black and white, the Walking Dead book.
Yeah.
And it's really gritty and shit like that. And
They raping that book.
yeah, like Michonne, the girl with the samurai sword, the governor, like she gets captured and he rapes her and tortures her for like a week, repeatedly. And you're just like, what the fuck? And then when she gets loose, she cuts off his arm.
Instead of just stabbing his eye.
No, she gets the. Oh no! Oh yeah, she cuts off his arm. She sticks a spoon in his butt. And she just plays with that for a while. She beats the shit out of him, and then she plucks out his eye with that same spoon, and leaves him for dead. Yeah, and then he comes back to the prison and fucks everything up. Like in the show, you saw how he fucked shit up, right?
Yeah, he just shot the building up though. Like, huh?
No, and like they defended him, right?
Yeah.
No. In the next season, the governor comes back. He comes back with a tank.
Man, wouldn't his fucking eye hole get infected if he just had a spoon in his butt?
Yeah. But he's supposed to be dead, and then he comes back, and you're like, damn, that is.
Still, he'd have a very fucked up infection in his face.
But when he attacked, yeah, that's true. When he attacks the prison in the book, like Lori dies with the baby in her arms. Like she's running, she gets shot in the head, and her weight, like as she's moving, crushes the baby.
Yeah.
And I sees the little baby arm.
And they show pictures in the book?
Yeah, it's on a comic book, or a graphic novel. It's fucked up. Like, Carl almost gets raped. And I was like, people were like, you like the show? And I was like, yeah, I'm happy that Carl almost got raped. And people were like, what the fuck? And I'm just
so
like,
they show Michonne getting fucking. That's fucked up.
Yeah, in the book, yeah. Like, you're turning the pages and you're like, oh. And you turn it again, you're like, ah. And then, like, when she does it to the governor, you're like, ah.
So she's black in the book too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, Rick doesn't have a hand. Like, they cut off his hand in the book.
Damn.
So, that sucks. Like, what if someone cut off your right hand? Like, buttoning up a t-shirt or wiping your ass.
Tying your shoes.
Surviving in a zombie apocalypse.
Clapping if you're happy and you know it.
Patting his chest and shit like that. But it's cool. They got towns going.
Yeah.
Terminus, apparently. Yeah, at the end of season 4. Yeah, I thought that shit was whack, bro.
Terminus is fucked up.
They get locked in a fucking train cart at the end of season 4.
Yeah.
He goes, man, what's that gas line he
He's
said?
like, damn, until I was like, they better figure out who they messing with or some shit like that.
When he's looking out the door and he looks back at him. We watching that shit, huh?
I know.
When
And
he
I
had
was
Rob
pissed off.
and Ron in there.
They were out here watching that shit.
Yeah, I was like, that was a faggot ass line he said.
Dude, you're locked in a yeah, but it's a line from the book. It's a line from the book. But in the book, they're not trapped in a fucking train cart. They're inside a house. They get to Terminus and they're just like, y'all sleep in this house after the interview process. It's because they're trying to determine if they're dangerous. And just like, they're just like, Rick, are we going to play this safe? Can we trust these people? And Rick's just like, yeah. Till they find out who they messing with. And like, they sneak guns out and it's all.
That's what I'm saying, because that fucking bag he buried before he went in there.
Yeah.
How long is the fucking book? Like, the book's is...
Book's still going. Like, I picked up volume 19. Yeah, they got like a new adversary. His name's Negan. Dude, Glenn. What Negan does to Glenn.
How many books is it?
It's still going.
Like, how many books is it so far?
Oh, 19.
You have to let me borrow some of those books.
I got the last 3. Because I read the first, like, 70 issues online. And then my friend's girlfriend's brother She started buying them, and then I read those 3.
You think they'll have them at R&R or no?
Nah, dude, R&R ain't got shit. R&R moved. Like, it's like a little cramped basement. Like, I feel bad for the guy. Dude has like a little lung thing where he presses the hole and he talks. And he's like overweight and he sells insurance. I'm like, fuck, dude. I feel bad for you. All you got is just you, your comic books, and your fucking insurance.
What's R&R?
R&R Comics is a little comic book shop that was across from the high school. Pollo.
Yeah.
Now it's just a gaming store, but the dude that owned the comics area, now like he's in like he's still right next to the school. Where he's like in this little shack. I totally fucked him over for this book last time I went in there. It was like hardcover. It was like $30, and I was like $20, bro. Take it or leave it. And he knew I wasn't gonna sell that shit. I'm gonna go in there next month and pull the same shit because it's part of a collection that I want. It's fucked up.
It's very fucked up.
No, man, fuck that, man. They should release soft covers of those books a long time ago, so I didn't have to fucking spend $30. And no one picked up that series. It was before Watchmen series. Hey, she pretty.
Who's that?
Trying to get up on that.
Alex.
No, fuck that is.
Homegirl.
But if there's any other books I would recommend, like comics are fucking great. Like Why the Last Man? It's the last man on Earth, but you know what? There's nothing but women left. Like, what if there was a virus that killed all men, and you're just the last man alive? Like, what the fuck? It's just a world full of women. Like, you're the last person that can reproduce. You and your monkey. Yeah, it's just you and your little monkey.
So what does the monkey do?
Just the monkey.
He just walks around?
Yeah, it's just a small little chimpanzee. And you're the only 2 males left alive, and it's all about this crazy journey. Or Preacher, you might like this. It's like, what if a demon and an angel fucked, and their offspring empowered you? And like, the main character is a preacher. He's a priest. And like, he made a fool of himself the night before at a bar. He got drunk. And he was like spouting off everyone's confessions. He was like, yeah, you beat your wife and this and that. And like, so they beat the shit out of him. And so like the next day, the whole church was packed because it's a little small town. And preacher Jesse Custer made a fool of himself the night before. And so the spawn of this baby fucking hits the church. Everything fucking explodes. Dead bodies fly everywhere. And you are now a demigod. Lost faith in your God, so you decided to go to war with God.
The preacher?
Yeah, he decides to go find God and destroy him. And it's just like Western as fuck. Like, I think it takes place in Texas or some shit like that. So it's like all Western. There's like a dude called Fuckface because he tried to commit suicide and like all his jaws missing and shit like that. That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Or things like Swamp Thing, dude. Like, that shit kept me up at night.
What?
Like, Swamp Thing is like this guy, he was a scientist, he died in a swamp, and apparently, like, these creatures, or like there's like a certain insect, like, if a worm eats if you make a worm go through a maze, and you chop up that worm and fucking feed it to another worm, the worm that ate the worm that went through the maze can run that same maze because it consumed the one that went through the maze. And so these bugs eat that dead body, getting the memories of, what the fuck is his name? I think his name's Alex. And so, like, Swamp Thing is created, like an elemental, something that's born out of, like, the swamp, that's made out of nature. And so, it has to deal about, like, this coming back to life and, like, figuring out all different types of shit. Basically, and it deals with paranormal stuff, so... Like, there's these children in an orphanage, and there's this shape-shifting monkey that comes and tortures them. And, like, I was reading this book at 3 o'clock in the morning, and like, the detail of, like, what this thing does to kids is fucking, like, scary. Like, it's fucking terrifying. There's another scene where, like, this woman's husband is being possessed by this demon, and as
This a comic book?
Yeah, and it's, like, old as fuck. It was, like, written in the 80s, so as it's drawn, it looks really scary. Like, it fucks with you at times.
Yeah.
Because, like, you read it, and it's just like Arcane is becoming. So a town over, Mrs. Johnson is tired of her husband's bullshit, so she poisons his food. Or the Robinsons left the door open to their infant child's crib, so the cat draws near. And as Arcane becomes more powerful, more things start to happen. Like the lady kills her husband, the cat ends up like hurting the baby, and like all these people that start doing all these fucked up things start drawing near to like this like really horrible power, like this darkness. And it's just like Arcane is, and you're just like, this is weird. And he takes the soul of like the woman he loves. So Swamp Thing has to go to hell to save the woman he loves, to save the soul of the woman he loves, because her body is still alive.
Yeah.
Like her chest, like there's this one line where he goes, Abby's chest moves, but there's nothing there. I look into her eyes, but there is no gaze. She's gone, and so he has to go to hell to retrieve her soul. And then you see Arcane there, and he's being feasted upon like maggots and shit like that. And like, what the fuck? And it's crazy shit. And when they have sex, when he saves her and gets her soul back, they find out they're in love, and they have sex. And so like he's like this plant creature. He's not human, and he ain't got no dick. So he makes this tumor and he gives it to her, and she eats it. And like she sees all the life that's in him. Like she sees like everything is life, and we're all together. It's just one big thing. And she goes through the green. She's seeing the world all at the same time, and she's seeing the insects that live inside him and what he's made out of, and how everything's together. And like you start turning the book as she experiences it. And you're just like, what the fuck? Like she has this weird psychedelic sex. It's weird. It's weird.
You got that book?
Oh, Swamp Thing? No, I borrowed it from my friend Marco. There's other than like, have you ever seen Homeward Bound?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that shit fucks with you when you see those dogs, like when fucking the old ones like stuck in that mud pit.
Oh, that's a comic book?
No, there's this book called We3, and like you see these small little robotic things, and they crawl along the floor, and like they just like you see these guys in a room with guns, and like there's another guy exercising, and there's two glots right next to him, and so you see this guy look up to the darkness, and then like there's a scuffle, and you see the dude that's exercising get off the treadmill, and he gets his guns, and he pops out the door, and the next page is him. He's just being ripped apart with bullets. Like that image is awesome. And you see these little creatures, these little robotic creatures. You don't see their faces. You see them go. They leave the house. They get in a truck. Truck drives away. Unload them. Things get on this little still. Thing pops back. It's a dog, a cat, and a rabbit. And the government has been modifying these animals for war. And basically take a little Xbox controller and you can control them. And so like basically that takes basically you want to go fight a war, you take something that has more heightened sense, it can smell better, it can track better, and it can kill better than a human. And so basically you're taking out human lives off the battlefield. They even got it to where they have rats, that they've programmed rats to where they can assemble a full jet engine within an hour. And you see rats with like screws for heads and shit like that. It's weird. And so they're being
Sounds
yeah, it's great. And so they have this general that's inspecting the facility, and the general's like, "Oh, good dog," and he's about to reach out and pet the dog, and the dog's just like, "Oh, good, dog happy," and the dude's like, "What the fuck? That dog can talk? This living weapon can fucking talk?" And the scientist is just like, "Dude, he's just a dog. Don't expect him to quote Shakespeare. Remember, he's just a dog." And so basically at the end of the interview, or the review, the general goes, "Yeah, you need to terminate these animals. You don't teach a fucking weapon to talk, all right?" And so like they decide, like the woman that's training them is about to like inject them and kill them and shit like that, but she decides not to. And like they get away, they get to freedom. Then the end of the first issue is like them escaping to freedom, and they didn't hurt anyone on the way out. And so like they're free, and then the next page of the first issue is the army coming after them. And like they're being ripped apart. Like when you see these animals defend themselves, like you see the dog literally like burst through a jeep. Like you see him blow through. You see the bullets hitting the soldier's eyes. You see when the cat attacks,
Yeah.
it shoots out needles. And so like you see a helicopter, and they're just like, "Shit's getting heavy down there," and the pilot's like, "Good thing we're up here." And then you see the cat aim, and then it shoots a needle right through the like pilot's head. Fucking helicopter goes down. And you're just like, what the fuck? And like when they communicate, they say cat, dog, and the cat's always like, ugh, stink. Like, the cat's an asshole. The cat's a douche. And that rabbit's always shitting everywhere, and everywhere it shits, it leaves little mines. So they're like blowing up trains, they're taking down fucking military, they're throwing down helicopters. And since they're modified genetically, they can't survive without their medicine. They start foaming. You see how they're getting real sick and shit like that. And they're still being chased after. They send the rats after them. So like the rats are like clawing at their armor, and like you see them biting off the rats and shit like that. That was crazy. They send the final project to take out these animals, and it's like this big bulldog, like this big fucking hound pit motherfucker, like angry as fuck, and it got the armor and everything, and they're already weak and they're already sick, and you feel sorry for this dog and these cats. And so like a big ass fight finally comes, and like they're trying to use the trainer to lure them, and like the trainer ends up getting killed. Fucking like you see how this big dog is just taking down like the first dog that we love, and the cat is like clawing at the eyes of the pit and shit like that. So our dog like rams them off into the highway, and then a truck hits him, and they're doing everything they can to just like beat this fucking thing off and just survive. Yeah. And so it turns out the bulldog goes crazy, and then the army ends up shooting it in the head, and so the cat and dog get away because the rabbit commits suicide. It blows up in front of the pit's face. And so, like, it's fucked up. You see both of them, like, they're sick and they're tired. And, like, they start to realize that this armor that's on them, that's not their fur. That's not them. And so the dog rips off his armor, and he attacks the cat, and he rips off the cat's armor. And you see, like, the little wires coming out of them, like, their skin is shaved, and you know when you shave a cat, you can see their bones and everything. Like, you can see how they've been tested on, except they still have this mentality. Like, the next shot is the cat pouncing on a rat, and it brings the rat to the dog, and the dog's like under a blanket, and you can tell he's really sick, and like the cat's just trying to provide for the dog because they've been there for like each other. And like a homeless guy finds him, and like he takes care of him, and like the whole science is like it gets all publicized, so everyone gets sued, and it goes to court. And the ending shot is the last scientist standing. He gives money to the homeless guys, and he recognizes the dog and cat as he goes up to the courtroom for like public conspiracy of testing on animals or some shit like that. And you're just like, fuck yeah, they made it. Like, they just get to be a cat and a dog now, and it's cool. It's only 3 issues, and each cover is this dog is missing. So, like, you know the picture of a dog and it looks all bug-eyed because of the flash and shit like that? Yeah. And you're just like, call this number, reward will be this. And the next issue is the cat sitting on a pillow, and it's just being a cat. And you're like, oh, and it's missing, cat missing. And then the next issue is the rabbit. It's like a close-up on the rabbit in its cage, and it's like rabbit missing. And you're just like, fuck, man. Like, you really feel for those animals. Yeah. That shit brings tears to my eyes every time.
Shit, though, man. I gotta start reading comic books. That shit seems so fucking visual, dog.
Yeah, that shit will fuck you up, man.
So, I guess the next comic books I'm getting is fucking
The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
Preacher and We3?
Preacher and We3.
What about Swamp Thing?
Oh yeah, Swamp Dead, but that's like a 6-book series. Oh yeah, well so is Walking Dead.
You know what girl gives the best hand jobs?
Huh.
The one with Parkinson's.
That's what's up. All shaky?
Yeah.
Are you getting hand jobs from girls with Parkinson's?
Yeah, I call it the Michael J.
Nice. Do you watch Back to the Future?
Yes, I do.
That's what's up.
And
we gotta go back, Marty.
Marty McFly.
Oh yeah.
That was the fucking
shit, let's see where we are. Holy fucking hour and 36 minutes.
That's it.
Damn, yeah, that was great. Shit, let's wrap. This has been the Shits and Giggles podcast with your host Paul Dobbs and
Will.
And alternate Paul.
And also, y'all have any shout outs? Like, what are y'all doing? What's going down?
Really.
I got a shout out. You can find me, mixtape coming soon called New Wave of the South, you know what I'm saying? You can find me on Instagram, you know what I'm saying, widebodylane713. You can catch me on soundcloud.com/widebodylane. Look out for your boy, the next nigga out of Houston coming through, you know what I'm saying? So, look out for me. You know?
Hashtag niggas be like.
Hashtag niggas be like. Damn, that's like a better plug than I've ever done to like all the podcasts. Like, damn. Fuck. All I gotta say is, Me and Frank are doing more and more projects. I want to be more and more videos of him on YouTube, so I recommend check it out. We're always
a fucking video.
You want to be in video?
Yeah.
He wants you to be the voice of Batman because he likes your monotone voice.
Awesome. I just gotta get stoned first.
Yeah, that's what I said. He wants you to be Batman because we're doing like a motion comic.
Yeah.
And I get to voice the Joker, which I've always done.
Mm.
Or not always done, which I've always wanted to do. Which is fucked up because the book is like Death of the Family. It's all about how the Joker's just like, I'm your true family.
Yeah.
All these bad boys and bad girls, they make you weak. I'm what makes you strong.
Which Joker you gonna do? Jack Nicholson or Heath Ledger?
Oh, it's like a mix between like Mark Hamill. Yeah. I like the cartoon Joker. Xanax. He's Xanned out. I was, but aside from that, we have the improv shows. I did invite you to one, but like I said, they wanted to like make the video and let other people show, and then y'all would see, the audience would see, and then we could have people come over. And I'm not gonna lie, that shit was hard. Like performing to a brick wall, like that shit was hard. We did have funny moments, and movie magic will make everything awesome. So, check that out, and more Shits and Giggles podcast. I'll try to keep doing this more frequently, but it's hard and shit like that because you be working and shit. But I'm off for 3 days, so I'm gonna try to put this up as quick as I can. And I'll tag y'all. That's been it. Fucking have fun. Subscribe, like, blah, blah, blah. I love you.
Laters.
Peace. So how'd you like that, cats and kittens? Basically, I hope you enjoyed everything. I hope you go out and read WE3. I hope you go out and fucking watch The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones. I hope you go and pick up Swamp Thing. Real good shit. Basically, shout out to everybody. Please like, subscribe. That makes me feel good inside. Please subscribe. These will be keep coming out as long as I can do them. Bunch of free time just came up, and now I can do these probably more frequently. Shout out to anyone that's an artist, filmmaker, singer, cosplayer, fucking anybody, you know. If you're a DJ, I would love to have you on the podcast. So basically, yeah, you know, hope you enjoyed everything at the Shits and Giggles podcast, where we talk in all directions.